In this video we will go over the two special class pistols, the Talon and the Scorpion, as well as the augments and mods you should use in them. The N7 Eagle will also make an appearance here due to an oversight in the SMG video, where the N7 is listed in game as a pistol yet is actually a fully automatic SMG. Without further delay, let's get right into it. These weapons don't quite fit the usual pistol or SMG standard, so we're going to test them with everything and see what happens. The testing will be performed in normal difficulty on rank 2 weapons. The only active skills are maxed pistols, max combat fitness and max team support. Points have been spent in Bartics to obtain the first rank of Adept but will be of no benefit to these tests. Okay, so we'll start with the N7 Eagle. This is more like an automatic pistol than an SMG, in the sense that its shots are powerful and while automatic, it's not super fast. Its damage is nice for automatic at 80, with a rate of fire on the low side for its class at 450. The clip size and max ammo are a bit disappointing at 25 and 231, and while yes, these increase with the levels and such, I'm not comfortable with that little ammo, so that will be addressed. The accuracy isn't bad for an SMG at 58 and the weight is a nice low 11. We're going to try 3 different builds. The first will be a bioconverter with double mod extension, electrical conduits and kinetic coil. The second will be a vintage heatsink, seeking plasma charge, double mod extension and a kinetic coil. And the third will be a bioconverter, double mod extension, sticky grenade and kinetic coil. The mods used will be the same as all previous SMGs, with barrel for damage, scope for accuracy, magazine for clip size and receiver for penetration. The vanilla version proved to be quite effective, the only drawbacks being accuracy, clip size and maximum ammo. Its damage per second is on par with a Hurricane. With reloading factored in, it's a little less, and then its speedy use of your ammo stores makes it a lesser weapon. The first build, however, with the bioconverter and electrical conduits pretty much entirely fixed that. The tracking from the conduits made it hit a lot easier, and the lack of reloading increased its DPS largely. It was still a little under the Hurricane though. The second build with the vintage heatsink and seeking plasma was unusable. The clip emptied so quickly, and with the delay from the vintage heatsink, it felt like it was less powerful than the vanilla version. The only upside is the accuracy and range improvement. Over the distance the seeking plasma wins, but at the distance it wins at, I'd prefer to just use a rifle. I could see this being useful however for those not wanting a large rifle, but in that case I'd suggest an equaliser, Hornet or Hurricane. The vintage heatsink is completely useless to anybody on this gun except a heavy power user. The heavy power user could use powers while the heatsink recharges, but anyone else will be rendered a battlefield vegetable for a good 50% of the time. The third build with the bioconverter and sticky grenades proved to be quite good. It is less effective on shields and electrical conduits but more effective on armoured targets. Its ability to stun comes into the mix nicely here. With only an occasional stun on a fiend however, it still took care of it relatively well. Had I not taken the hit, my health would have been satisfactory. I should also remind you that while I have the team support skill maxed here, the main one, life support, is not being used, as I am using no tech powers in these tests. With tech powers my health would be full. The Talon is a very interesting weapon and deserving of a spot in the special category. It is essentially a shotgun pistol with a very nice damage of 448, low rate of fire of 75, a max clip size of 6 which kinda fits for a shotgun considering the other specs, and a fair low maximum ammo of 36. The accuracy is just awful at 47, with a weight that is high for a pistol but about right for what it is at 22. We've got 3 slots by default to play around with, which is usually okay. As this gun fires multiple projectiles per shot, I want to see how this translates through various behaviour augments, so we're going to try them all. As this is pretty much a shotgun, the target will be a fiend. Once we've found what works, we'll try a few on regular cat. To keep things simple, each gun will have 1 or 2 of each behaviour augment and a double mod slot with a kinetic coil to fill if needed. Mods will be the same as usual with barrel, mag, scope and receiver. The vanilla version of the Talon really isn't all that bad. It's no Dawn or Piranha, but it packs some punch and is capable of dealing some damage. The low rate of fire and low ammo makes it a no-go in general though. The beam emitter build as usual was utterly pointless and should be avoided at all costs. The electrical conduit, while better than the beam build, was still a bit lacking. On the Fiend it did around the same, maybe a little less damage than the vanilla, which considering the vanilla had no mods, means this should be avoided on this weapon. The plasma charge system was a nice surprise. I've not been a fan of this augment in the past at all. It's let me down countless times, but on this weapon it is very nice. The non-charged shots are very useful, being a little more powerful than vanilla, but the charge when you can get them in is quite snazzy. The Seeking Plasma system is a very nice augment on the Talon, taking the Fiend down to half health before it even reached me, which was a nice sight, so far the most powerful due to its range. Mixing the Seeking Plasma system and the Plasma Charge system worked somewhat. At range it felt less powerful than just the Seeking Plasma. I expect this is due to the Plasma Charge system having its own damage equation. The ability to charge when up close is cool and provides more bang for buck with ammunition, but personally I think the best so far is still just the Seeking Plasma system. I then tried the Grenade Launcher Augment and this was just awful. It did minimal damage and should generally be avoided. Using my entire ammo stores I could not defeat a single fiend, wasn't even close. After I ran out, I shot the last 6 seeking charge shots I had, then finished it with a melee and comrades, which was fun. Now for one I expect to be a contender for the Seeking Plasma, the Sticker Grenade Augment. The Sticker Grenade was disappointing. It did far less than the Seeking Plasma overall, but I expect on the lesser mobs it may still be useful, with its slight area of effect nature as well as its stunning feature. Sticker Grenade with the Plasma Charge was a bit better. The ability to charge made it more usable, leaving me a single shot after killing the Fiend, but still not great. I decided to test the top 2 performing builds on regular Ket. The Plasma Charge and Sticker Grenade together was very underwhelming on normal Ket, taking multiple shots for standard folk. The Seeking Plasma this time, teamed with the Bioconverter to find its full potential, was also underwhelming, faring better than the previous but still not generally good enough. The Scorpion is a pocket grenade launcher, a little brother to the Falcon really. A damage count of 395 makes it look like it could do some damage. The rate of fire is an acceptable 80 for its type. The clip size is 6, which is expected but could be higher. The maximum ammunition of 31 is giving me flashbacks of the Talon, but the accuracy is a far more respectable 70 with a low weight also at 15. The clip size and maximum ammo is a primary focus to fix, so that will likely be sorted with a Bioconverter, but as with the Talon we'll try some behaviour augments first. I think we can weed a few of them out though, so no point checking the beam emitter. The electrical conduits is also a pointless venture, but sod it, we'll give the conduits a shot. Grenade launcher as well as a stick grenade augment cannot be placed on this weapon. Mods same as before, barrel, mag, scope and receiver. The vanilla version was surprisingly good. It is not only a grenade launch but also has inherent seeking properties as well as sticky grenade features. This shows potential to just boost like mad. The ammo is a huge negative attribute with the clip emptying fairly quickly, but worse is the max ammo just not being enough. The electrical conduits augment was expectedly awful. It took all grenade attributes away and did only impact damage with a little boost from the augment's ability, making this a definite no-go. The Plasma Charge system was impressive, doing more than the standard damage and giving the patented light show, but was still not effective enough to warrant its use. The Seeking was interesting. It took all explosive qualities away and essentially just did the damage as if it was a slow firing plasma ball, like a half powered Darn, but didn't look as cool, or unfortunately shoot as fast. Next, not only will the Plasma Charge have a go with Seeking Plasma, but also an ubered up vanilla. The Plasma Charge and Seeking Plasma showed improvement on the singular Plasma Charge, but still nothing amazing. The ubered up vanilla with Bioconverter double mod slot and the Kinetic Coil was the best out of the lot, retaining its stun, stickiness and explosive power while being quite accurate, especially with the scope attached, and travels straight for a rather effective range. The N7 Eagle is a cool gun, but it is bettered for each use by other guns. If you're building it for shielded Ket, use an electrical conduit, or better yet an equalizer with an electrical conduit. If for armour, pop in a sticky grenade augment, or better yet, use a Darn with Bioconverter double mod extension stacked with coils. If it's your only weapon and you just have to have the N7 Eagle, then go for a Bioconverter, double mod extension, sticky grenade and kinetic coil. The Talon is basically a poor man's shotgun. The only thing this has on other weapons is a weight and really not by much. It isn't worth going for this gun. It's slow, it doesn't hold all that much and its power is kinda mediocre. You'd be better off with a Darn or Piranha dependent on playstyle if you want a shotgun or armour stopping device. The Scorpion is also nothing special. It would be far more useful to find a great shotgun like Piranha or Darn and put a sticky grenade augment on them and get far more power with all of the positive attributes it has. The Scorpion has weight on its side, that's about it. In closing, these weapons are anything but special. It's kind of a shame as they appear to have potential. I can only see these being useful in the first 10 to 15 levels where you could save some points by getting a shotgun or grenade launcher-esque weapon by only putting points into pistols, which isn't that much of a thing. Sorry to end on a negative note, but buttering up the results won't help anyone. The standard pistol field test and showcase is next. I did this one first, so over the last few days I've had to attend some personal things, giving me little time to get this video out, and this one was a bit quicker than doing the other 5 pistols. If this video helped, hitting that like button or telling me in the comments is a great way of letting me know, so I can better work out what works and what doesn't in these videos. Feedback and critique is crucial to making anything better. If you haven't already, think about subscribing, we'd love to have you. And above all, have an awesome day folks.